tutorial I did a healed scar Chelsea smile, and in this tutorial we're going to do the fresh wound. So I'm wearing the same makeup as the tutorial before, and I literally just picked off the rigid collodion scar and I've been left with this beautiful thing. So I'm just going to clean up any makeup from this area using a cotton swab and alcohol. If you are going to be doing a Chelsea smile for Halloween, then I would do that first and then do the rest of your makeup after. But obviously I've already filmed today, so I still have makeup on. So I've literally just cleaned up with alcohol just to make sure that the latex sticks to my skin. For this tutorial, I am going to be using liquid latex and tissue for this effect. I don't actually think this is the most realistic way to achieve this effect, but I do think these products are probably what's going to be most reachable for everyone globally. Around Halloween, most costume shops get liquid latex in, and obviously everybody owns a bit of tissue, so it's going to be super easy for you to get your hands on, so that's why we're going to create it with those. I'm going to be using the Light Flesh liquid latex from Mehron and your bog standard toilet tissue. To apply the first layer of latex, I'm going to be using this disposable sponge. I'm then splitting the tissue in half again and using the really thin side. I'm applying a strip of tissue and then putting more liquid latex on top. As usual, I'm going in with this sculpting tool, and then I'm going to add some more thin tissue. Using the pointed end of the spatula tool, I'm going to break through the tissue. As I'm going through the tissue, I'm kind of pushing it up so the product is kind of separating. If there's any bits that you need to make look a bit fuller, just add like tiny pieces of tissue just to make that specific area look a little bit fuller. And then I'm literally just going to do the exact same thing on this side. Now I've pretty much got the base shape done, I'm going to add a little bit more just underneath the mouth around the corners, because that would be where the wound would be thickest. I'm going to kind of bring it like coming onto the bottom lip. As this is drying, I'm kind of pulling little bits further down to make the skin look more kind of ripped open. So now that's pretty much done, I'm just going to wait for it to dry. You can use a hairdryer to speed up the process. So once everything's dry, I'm going to powder it with translucent powder. I'm using the Colour Set powder from Mehron. As you can see, I'm proper just packing it on. And then blending it out. This just takes away the shine from the latex, and then it also helps products stick to it. So any cream colours, any face paints, foundations, that kind of thing. Now I've done with the powdering, I'm going to go in with this cream colour palette from Mehron. I'm going to choose the lightest skin tone. I'm applying this over the latex, but I'm also kind of blending it in to my skin as well. I'm going over it with a little bit of Kat Von D Light 42. I'm using my beauty blender as well, just to kind of buff that foundation out onto my skin. I'm then just going to set that with translucent powder. I'm going to use some eyeshadows from this Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette, and I'm just going to kind of darken up around the edges of the wound, just to make it look as though it's kind of creating a shadow onto my skin. You can see already that this side just looks a little bit more 3D than that side. Once I've applied the eyeshadow, I'm then going back in with my beauty blender. I've not got any more product on this, I'm literally just blending out what's left. On the inside of the wound, I'm using this cream colour palette, starting off with the red. I am planning to wear lipstick with this look, so I'm going to apply that now before I start adding all the gore and blood and stuff. And the lipstick that I'm using is Marshmallow from Colourpop. I'm now going in with a little bit of brown. I'm literally just placing that underneath the like folds of skin. Then going back in with a bit of the red, and then in some areas I'm just adding a little bit of black. Now it's time for blood. I'm first using the Ben Nye Scab Blood. I'm putting this like around my lips as well. I'm then going to go in with a little bit of this coagulated blood gel. Oh, I'm getting dead good at saying that now. All I had to do was Google it just so I knew how to pronounce it. I'm going to spray a little bit of the splatter blood. I'm just spraying it in the direction that the wounds go in. For drips, I'm going to use this Mehron Stage Blood. Make sure you're wearing an old t-shirt when you're doing this, because it's literally just dripping everywhere. Oh, it's got in my weave. Ta-da! So that is pretty much it for this Chelsea Grin tutorial. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!